The Chicago Cubs beat the Minnesota Twins on Thursday to salvage one game of the series. And we have to ask, could PCA be on the brink of making history? Let's talk about it. Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of Chicago Cubs Central. This is your number one spot for all things Chicago Cubs. I am your host, Mike Jones. Thank you all so much for tuning in to another episode, and I appreciate each and every last one of you that are spending time watching this content. Please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe to the content. And hey, if you love the Chicago Cubs, you know what to do. Hit that notification button so that you don't miss any news whenever news drops. We also do live call episodes throughout the week. We also do giveaways. We also do mailbag episodes and all of the above. Come on, join in into the C3 family. We are a steadily, rapidly growing community of Chicago Cub fans. And remember, this is the official voice of the Chicago Cub fan. That's right. So, with that being said, guys, Chicago Cubs did go ahead and take care of business against the Minnesota Twins on Thursday. That's right. All the Chicago Cub fans, I heard them. I heard them loud and clear, far and wide, all across the world. You know what that was? It was a collective sigh as the Chicago Cubs took a half game back from the Milwaukee Brewers, who are hot on the Chicago Cubs' tail for that number one spot in the division. That's right. The Milwaukee Brewers have been on a hot streak, but this ain't the Milwaukee Brewers channel. This is the Chicago Cubs channel, and as far as I'm concerned, the Chicago Cubs are still the best team in the National League Central Division. And on top of that, the Chicago Cubs do have the number one spot. So until somebody comes and dethrones them from that, I need all the Cub fans to chill the F out. That's right, guys. It's your boy Mike Jones trying to talk some sense into all of you. I understand that it gets weird and you get upset when you look at a team and the team's record, like the Minnesota Twins, and you look and you see the Chicago Cubs lose that series handily. They obviously faced a left-handed pitcher one game, and then the first game they just can't come through, and Porter Hodge cost them the game. But listen, let me tell you something. You're going to have a roller coaster of a season. I was talking to my supervisor today at work, and we were talking about the Chicago Cubs, and he was saying, man, the Cubs suck, man. They're not playing good right now. They're not looking good right now. Shout out to T-Dub. Listen, let me tell you something. I told T-Dub, and I'm going to tell you guys, the Chicago Cubs have had a amazing season this year. This has been the most fun baseball the Chicago Cubs have had probably since what, 2017, 2018? And yet and still, Chicago Cub fans are more concerned and more worried than enjoying the ride. You have two superstars on your team. You have one already established in Kyle Tucker, and you have a budding superstar in PCA. And on top of that, you have a star in Seiya Suzuki. You have really, really, really lucked out this year, Cub fans, with the way that this team is playing. You got a stud in Matthew Boyd. You got a workhorse in Shota Imanaga. You got a good bullpen. And on top of that, you have an owner and a front office that's about to spend money. Not only at the trade deadline to make trades, but also in the offseason to sign more pieces. You guys, the Chicago Cubs are in a good position. Now, again, I understand time is of the essence. And I would like to be doing a live episode here sometime in the near future talking about Jed Hoyer making a trade and bringing in a pitcher or another position player for the Chicago Cubs. That is the hope, and that is also the expectation. I'm not wavering, not backing down off of that. I do expect Jed Hoyer to add more to the Chicago Cubs team before the deadline ends. But with that being said, the Chicago Cubs are in a very, very good spot, guys. Very, very good spot. The Chicago Cubs are rocking and rolling. We have so many good things that's happening with our ball club right now. And it's up to us to enjoy the season. Now, granted, it's not fun when the Cubs can't score a run. It's not fun when the only run they score like on Wednesday's game. I'm sorry, or like on Tuesday's game when Chicago Cubs barely could muster up a run. Oh, also shout out to Justin Turner getting his 200th career home run. Had to be in the Cub uniform, right? But still, guys, this season has been so much fun. I mean, just looking back, I can't wait to do a retrospective episode next week with you where I talk to you guys and tell you, like, it was great. It's been great. It's been so much fun to have a winning team in Chicago. To look at the White Sox, to look at the Bulls, to look at, the Bears, to look at the Sky, to look at the Fire, to look at, all the Chicago teams and to look and see that Chicago Cubs are the only one, or once again, are the closest ones to winning, to capturing a world championship in their professional sport. That's saying a lot. I mean, the Sky were the last to do it in what, 2020 or 2020, it was 2021 or 2022? Before then, it was the Cubs. White Sox ain't sniffed none since that '05 World Series. Bears ain't sniffed none since what? Since what? It was the '05 or '06 when they went to the Super Bowl. I think it was '06 they went to the Super Bowl, right? Like, I just get frustrated with you guys because so many of you just get upset and like, want to give up on the Cubs and say, this team sucks. We're no good. We're not going to beat the Dodgers. We're not going to beat the Phillies. Let's at least give Jed to the deadline. Now, if the Chicago Cubs don't do nothing at the deadline, and the Phillies add another hitter and a pitcher, and the Dodgers go out and make a trade, and God forbid the Brewers go make that trade for Alex Bregman, and the Chicago Cubs stand pat, then we have some stuff to talk about. But we have gotten every indication that Jed Hoyer has the green light to add on to this club, to make this club viable for a World Series. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to fight for a World Series. Join the fight. Be a part of that. Enjoy the fun. Enjoy the ride. It's going to be a rocky ride. It's not always going to be perfect. It wasn't always perfect in 2016. Maybe some of you forgot about that. That was not the perfect season. It just ended perfectly because we won. There were many highs and lows throughout that season, and the Chicago Cubs have faced highs and lows ever since their last out from Chris Bryant to Anthony Rizzo. And this is all a part of the journey to tell the next part of the Chicago Cubs story in a climb to a World Series. And I do believe we're closer than a lot of people give us credit for. But with that being said, yeah, the Chicago Cubs did go ahead and do what they needed to do, and they did take this one 8-1, piled on the Minnesota Twins, handed them their 48th loss. Chicago Cubs now are 55-38 on the season. That's right, boy. You got some winners over here. 8-1. Pete Crow-Armstrong did what? Pete Crow-Armstrong hit not one, but two. That's close. Two home runs in this game, getting his 24th and 25th home run of the season. That's right. That man, PCA, is on a tear once again. The Chicago Cubs, Colin Ray came into the game, pitched 7 strong innings of 1 earned run baseball. He only allowed 3 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts in 7 innings with 92 pitches, 62 of those being strikes. His ERA is 3.91. Then after him, Brad Keller came in, gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, and got 2 strikeouts, dropped his ERA back down to 2.81. And then, of course, Danny Palencia came into the game, didn't really have to necessarily close it out, but did get the win. I think Craig wanted to keep him fresh because he hadn't pitched all week. So he did pitch the last inning, allowed 0 hits, allowed 0 earned runs, 0 walks, 2 strikeouts on 12 pitches, 9 of those being strikes. He did reach up to 101 miles per hour in pitching. So, the Chicago Cubs did their thing, man, and it was on the back today of one Pete Crow-Armstrong. He went 3 for 4 in this game. He is your pick to perform player of the game. 3 for 4 in this game. 3 runs, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, a 2.2271 ERA. I'm sorry, at batting average is where he is at now. Yeah, man. Seiya Suzuki also had a strong game. 3 for 5 in this game. Don't look now. Dansby Swanson went 2 for 5 in this game. He did also score a run and did also get an RBI in this game. That's right. Dansby Swanson, folks, hold the phone. He pushed across the run or whatnot instead of striking out or popping out or flying out. So, man, I mean, like I said, the Chicago Cubs might be on to something here. With that being said, this brings up the next question. With this game, Pete Crow-Armstrong actually joined in. Oh, wait, before I forget, let me go ahead and do it. Because every single time the Chicago Cubs win a game, we have to fly the W on this channel. That's right. This is your number one spot for all things Chicago Cubs. And we fly the W every single time the Chicago Cubs win a game. That's right. This is our 55th time flying the W before the All-Star break. What? We haven't done this in years. Let's go, baby. All right, so the Chicago Cubs have been riding the coattails of Kyle Tucker, Seiya Suzuki, and of course that man, Pete Crow-Armstrong, right? Well, let's talk about Pete Crow-Armstrong because he actually joined some really, really, really elite company and elite list. The players with 25 home runs and 25 stolen bases before the All-Star break. Bobby Bonds in 1973, I believe that's Barry's dad. Eric Davis in 1987, Pete Crow-Armstrong in 2025. My goodness. PCA is on a tear. Like I said, and he has done it literally he's done it all for the Chicago Cubs. Amazing defense, amazing offense, amazing base stealing. He does get upset with himself. He does hold himself to a higher standard. And that's what I love about PCA. He gets mad at himself when he doesn't come through. He holds himself accountable when he can't come through at the plate. I love the fact that PCA is really, really, really shining as a ball player and really doing what he needs to do. And the Chicago Cubs are better because of it. We are in the spot we're in right now, folks, because of Pete Crow-Armstrong and his play. Make no mistake about it. And I sincerely hope that he continues to have this hot streak. I hope he goes to the All-Star game and shows out in the All-Star game. But we're going to need him to show out in New York before he ever goes to the All-Star game. That's right. The Chicago Cubs are headed to New York City, baby. But the question before that is, do you think PCA could make history this season? I need you guys to comment below. Do you believe that Pete Crow-Armstrong could have a 50-50 season this season? He would make history for the Chicago Cubs to be the first and only player to ever reach such a goal and such a pinnacle. And I think putting himself in this company, the MLB would have no choice but to vote him as the MLB, the National League MLB MVP this season. I think he definitely could probably steal 50 bags. Now, can he hit 50 home runs? That's gonna be the question. But he'll still have more than half a season to do so. He's at 25 already, so he needs another 25 home runs in order for the Chicago Cubs in the regular season in order to make that claim to fame. And I'm full on believing that PCA is going to try his damnedest to do so, y'all. And like I said, he just gave himself closer today, 25 before the All-Star break. Why can't he? Why can't he be the MVP? Why can't he, get 50-50? What's stopping him? I think PCA is going to be able to do it. With that being said, we're going to need to take his hot bat into New York to face the New York Yankees. We got Chris Flexen starting tomorrow in a bullpen game for the Chicago Cubs. And for the New York Yankees, they had Carlos Rodon going. Carlos Rodon is a left-handed pitcher. Great, that's right. Chicago Cubs got to face another left-handed pitcher. He's 9-6 with a 3.30 ERA, a 1.03 WHIP. He has pitched 111 innings. Chicago Cubs got Chris Flexen going for them tomorrow at 6:05. He has a 0.83 ERA, a 0.86 WHIP, 32 innings pitched. It will be a bullpen game for the Chicago Cubs. That's already been announced. So we will see what happens there. It's going to be at Yankee Stadium. Obviously, game time at 6:05. Aaron Judge leads the American League in RBIs. He leads his team in batting average with a 3.56 batting average, and he has 34 damn home runs. My goodness, that man is a beast. For the Cubs, it's Seiya Suzuki with 25 home runs, but PCA tied him up. He has 25 as well. Michael Busch has the best batting average at 296, and Seiya Suzuki also leads the team with 77 RBIs, just one behind Aaron Judge. So we'll just have to see what happens, man. The Chicago Cubs will have their money, will have their work cut out for them against the New York Yankees. Then on Saturday, they will face Max Fried, who is another lefty. That's right, two lefties back to back, but the Chicago Cubs are sending their lefty up to Matthew Boyd. Matthew Boyd is going to have to be sharp because he's going to go up against a hell of a pitcher in Max Fried with the 2.27 ERA and a 0.96 WHIP. And 119 innings pitched. Matthew Boyd is 9-3, 2.52 ERA, 1.07 WHIP with an 103 and a half inning and 2/3 innings pitched. And then of course we look at Sunday's matchup. Sunday's matchup at 12:35. We send Shota Imanaga up to the mound to face off against, I believe, Will Warren for the New York Yankees. That's right. Will Warren is 6-4 with a 4.70 ERA. Shota Imanaga is 5-3 with a 2.80 ERA. Yeah, man, the best chance for the Chicago Cubs to win, I really do believe, is Sunday. That Sunday game is going to be a 12:35 matinee. That Saturday game is 12:05 on the MLB Network. Friday's game is 6:05. That will be on Marquee. All right, y'all. I appreciate each and every last one of you. Stay tuned. Make sure that you guys check out this episode. Like and share this episode. Like and share this channel. Let's continue to grow as one family, supporting our Chicago Cubs. Until next time, go Cubs, go. Peace.
Thank you for watching another episode of Chicago Cubs Central, the #1 spot for all Chicago Cubs content. Remember to like, share, subscribe for more Cubs content.